Hello. Hello, powerful people. So nice to have you join me today for another Beyond Karma show. And thank you all for being here. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I want to start by welcoming everybody. I see Stephanie, you were on earlier. I hope that you're able to make it back, Stephanie Wilcox. And hello, Lupo. Welcome back from the gathering in Ireland, seeing Janine at Mark Atwood's event. It was held in a barn behind a pub, and the energy with all like-minded souls was amazing. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so glad that you went. And I'm, so grateful that that you could all be there together. Hey, awesome. Greetings from Yorkshire. Okay, and Maritza, welcome back. I see your question here, so that is wonderful. Coming back in from a question this morning from mine and Mom's live that we did this morning. So I will make sure that I get to that first and foremost. Welcome, Ricky. Love and light to all. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Earth Dragon. Thank you all for being here. So lovely to see you. Leo. Okay. So cruising through, I will definitely be starring and getting to your questions. Oh, lovely here. Crystal, you read on my daughter and I not getting along last week. She came over last night and I handed down all of the Halloween stuff to her and we had a great time. Even shared a beer. Well done, Guinness Girl. Thank you for sharing your wins with us. I am so happy to hear that. May that connection continue to build, and may, again, you continue to lead by example in how to light this way of beautiful, conscious-hearted communication and connection with your daughter. Well done. Kudos to you. Now, before I get too far here, I just wanted to mention that, again, you are watching the Beyond Karma show on Beyond Mystic, and please be sure to tune in on our YouTube channel. So many great shows coming on there. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments on the videos. I know you all are so good at doing that already. And checking us out also on the Beyond Mystic, Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic on Rumble. Great there because you can catch some shows that are also maybe not fully broadcasted on YouTube. So, and lastly here, I wanted to share the full fall bundle where you receive, purchase the fall bundle and receive a free mystery soap. I feel like I can smell them right now. Oh, what a beautiful offering. Hey, just to bring that essence of fall into your home, I know Mom and I have been doing a lot of fall cleaning and equinox cleaning essentially. And we've been really just like washing all of our windows and the floors and wiping everything down, clearing any of the cobwebs after a busy summer, and just really getting ourselves feeling grounded into the earthiness and the connectedness of this fall equinox energy. And having something like bringing those sort of earthy scents in for fall, like those soaps, I think is a great addition to this sort of cleansing and preparatory period right now that we're coming into. So welcome. I do have a good news story for you today, and it ties into the title. Now, I didn't get the full title up there yet. There was some confusion, and Coco's not here today, so I'm rocking this on my own. the full title I had intended was On the Wings of Karmic Resilience. And it has to do with my good news story today. I'm really quite excited to share it. It is a beautiful, heartwarming story. And it has to do with a bird. I'll give you that much. And it also makes me think of resiliency, the resiliency that we come in with. I'm going to see if I can make myself be bigger here. Yeah. Ah, I did the fall decorating last night. It literally takes hours and I have a sickness. Bless you for doing it though. There's something to it, isn't it? There's something to it. How many people? Okay, everybody, this show is called Beyond Karma, and how many people are asking questions not related to karma, just saying. So it's an interesting one. Thank you for pointing that out. And the show is called Beyond Karma, and so I like to speak to karma in the beginning of it. But this is a welcome for anybody that is wanting to ask any particularly personal questions in general, so that I can get in there with you and do a nice deep dive with you. Maybe you're not able to book a reading with me or with someone on the platform, and this is your opportunity to come in and get some of these burning questions answered. And if it has to do with karma, beautiful, but it's not absolutely necessary. And everything that occurs in our life is karmic in one way or another, because karma is cause and effect, right? So a lot that is happening in our life, a lot of these questions are, is this karmic? Is that possible? Or how do I move through this? Because you could be in a karmic cycle right now, and something while you're in that could be affecting you. So thank you for that. It's a beautiful point. I love seeing you guys and seeing everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Okay, make sure I get that question. Okay, perfect. I'm going to come back to the karmic resilience. And you know what? Maybe I'll jump right into questions right off the bat here. I'm going to speak to the karmic resilience after we watch the video. Let's do that. Let's just dive right in. I'm going to start with clearing the cards out. And, oh, no, not that, like this. I'm going to start with clearing the cards, and then I'll pop into the first questions that came on here. I saw that Maritza had a question from earlier, as I said. Now, this is not necessarily a personal question, but I will pull a few cards on it, and thank you for showing up. And we'll see what comes up with this first question here. What is the importance of the blowing of 100 shofars at the end of Rosh Hashanah in Israel tomorrow, September 24th? Okay, so because I'm not entirely sure, I haven't done any deep diving into this question. I am going to pull a few cards on it, and I'm just going to do a blind reading, which means that I'm not sure about the question that you're asking me, necessarily all the details, but I can speak to what comes up in the cards. And that is often what we need to do, because we are channels of information that's meant to come through. And quite often we won't know the people that you're speaking of, and we don't know the dynamics that you're asking about. And sometimes we don't know anything about you, right? So we'll just pull on this and see what comes through. What is the importance of the blowing? Okay. Seems like it's something that has been actually in the works for the past couple of years. Wow. So that's a long time. It's something to do with, I think it's a plan that's being executed here. And it's definitely, I would say, it's definitely something from higher up that is coming in to disrupt the peace even more. It's something that's coming in to start a fight. Gosh, as if there could be more. That is, it's definitely, I mean, it's blowing something up, right? We have the tower on the bottom here. So I'd say for that, it's something that has been hanging in the balance for the past couple of years. And this is what is seen as the best course of action, is to blow this up. And could be a fight for some sort of independence. It's like everybody, like everyone wants a piece of something for themselves, and it's definitely between that and something to do with money. Yeah. This is long standing, right? This has been happening for so long, and it's something, some sort of when those 5 came in, isn't great question. Biblically, isn't the wall around Jerusalem supposed to splinter into pieces, right? I mean, it's definitely something is getting stirred up here, though. And it almost looks like necessary chaos. And our prayers with all of this, our prayers goes out to all of these beings that are affected by this, in the hopes that this will lead to deeper healing. Okay. Question. Thank you for your patience here while I go ahead and continue to make sure that I'm getting everybody's questions brought to the forefront here. I love doing it. Just takes. Well done, starting your decluttering. I love seeing that. I'm going to have a sip of my tea while I'm at it. Thank you so much, Joan Dizzle. I like the way Crystal shares how a question can affect ourselves and the questioner. Beautiful. Thank you. Everyone is involved here. Everyone. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take those out. Next question. Will I be changing residencies in the next 6 months? Where will I go? Okay, SL Peterson, thank you. Let's see here. I will ask, will you be? And then could you actually pop into the chat a couple of different options that you might be thinking? Because I can look at the different options, and that will be a little easier to read than just off the top of my head, looking at where you will go. So if you could pop into the live chat and let me know some, like 3 options maybe that you're thinking about, that would be the best here in this circumstance. Okay. I will be changing residencies in the next 6 months. Will I be? I'm curious too, everyone, how was this most recent new moon eclipse for you all? Okay. Re-ask question in caps. Early morn, yours might be in here. I can have a look here. No, I don't have that one yet. So early morn, if you do have a question, if you would write question or write it in caps, it will be easier for me to find, since there's a lot of comments that end up coming in, since we are broadcasting on YouTube, Rumble, and X. So productive eclipse, thankfully. Beautiful. Okay, thank you so much. I could go to the coast of Oregon, retried this year to California. Retired this year to California. Could go to the coast of Oregon, just retired this year. Okay. So this does look here like, interesting. I just retired this year to coast of California. So I almost see that, and it looks like you've gone in the right direction. So guess get back to your question here. Changing residencies in the next 6 months. I feel, yeah, absolutely. I see that we have the 6 here. So I feel that in the next 6 months, you're definitely going to be moving in a new direction. If not, if it's not in California, then it feels like the direction that you've taken, stepping away from work, almost I feel like really taking it upon yourself to step away from the system a bit more has been really good for you. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So what I get for right now is that you're actually really, it looks like you're really asked into something that's quite karmic. You're really being asked to move into something that's quite karmic right now. So you might feel a little bit like things are kind of hanging in the balance, yet that is really important for the karmic work that you're doing right now. Here we have the karmic justice card. And then we also have the King of Cups, which is a real healing card, which is it's a lot about emotional mastery and healing. And with this communication card moving in the right direction, it almost feels like, and I can pull a couple on California and a couple on the Oregon coast, but it almost feels like you're not meant to know right now, because you're meant to just be sort of focusing on the internal, I would say, almost more. But let's see here. California, Oregon coast. Okay. So here's the thing. I would say that, oh, you were an elementary school teacher. Wonderful. I would say that California is going to continue to be your best bet right now. It definitely looks, go to the coast of Oregon, just retired this year to California. California looks beautiful. Not sure if you're in partnership, but that could definitely be on its way in. And I would say you're in California for at least a couple of years, and residency looks certainly possible over the next 6 months. Right now, it feels like you're really in a period of internal navigation and healing. So well done. Oregon doesn't look like such a good idea, just so that you know. Okay. I'm going to come back up here and early morn. So happy to see that it was a productive eclipse. Okay, or similar types of karma. Thank you very much. I'll take that one too. Thank you, Early Morn, for putting that in capitals. Appreciate you all. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question here. Can we please pull cards on the 400 ostriches about to be... Oh, right. Bless these beings. You know, it's that time of year in our home where the little mice are coming inside, and I am having such a hard time. We've had to set traps both the last 2 nights. They just don't come into those ethical traps. I've tried so many times trying to just take them out back outside, and they just won't even budge coming into those traps. So I have to use the ones that kill them, and it just devastates me. I have a hard time sleeping, knowing that maybe they're being caught and waking up to that. And I can't imagine like culling a whole, multiple beings in that way. Like, I have such a hard time with a mouse or a bug. I'm like, how is there people out there that could possibly think about exterminating these animals, especially after they have been stood up for in such a full on and powerful way? I don't get it. But let's pull cards on them and see what we need to know about them. Okay. Well, okay. Interesting. Something could come in at the last minute. It is not looking so good right now. It is not looking so good right now. We're definitely, what has been so beautiful, you can see the strength card in the past, what's been so beautiful is that this has really brought people together. And yeah, exactly. The ostrich issue has become a symbol of government overreach, I believe. Yes. Many groups are siding with the farmer and the ostriches, right? Yes. Deeply saddened with what they're doing. It seems like it might happen tonight. Okay. Can I trap them with peanut butter and put them outside? I had some. I've tried so many things to get them. They will not go in those other. It's like they're smart. I tried other traps. I tried ones. And they like reached around. I stuck the cheese. I can't. It's not. I'm sorry. This is not a show about trying to catch mice. It breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Let's get back to this question. Here about the ostriches. So this doesn't right now, I feel like bode super well for them because we're having this currently. Something, however, is going to come out of this where, for one, I feel like these farmers are going to be really supported in what comes next for their land, and really seen in what they've held, how beautifully they've held the line, how beautifully that this has brought community together. And so there will be really important outcomes from all of this. And I can't say for sure. I don't see death cards here. I see that this is going to be, I feel like, touch and go. And I'm not going to speak in an absolute about this, whether this is going to happen or not. And yet something could come out of left field. We've got this Wheel of Fortune here with the King of Wands. Something could come out of left field at the last minute that could stop this from happening. And it could be some sort of an investor, something that comes in that kind of allows this to be overrode in some way. I'm not exactly sure. However, I can see, as I said, that this has really brought people together. This has really strengthened our community and strengthened even the resolve of the farmers who have all been coming together. Yeah. Oh, The ostriches were so freaked out that they ran for the fences and caused injury to themselves, and the farmer is not allowed to help them. It's just so, so unfortunate, right? I thought a farm in Florida offered to take them. Feels like the story is meant to rouse emotion. And many of what we are much of what we're dealing with right now in our community is meant to rouse our emotions. And yet, how could it not, right? And so it's continuing to discern with all that is swirling around us, with all that's continuously being thrown towards us, everything that's happening in the world, for us to discern what is the best use of my energy and my time right now. And that's going to be so unique for everyone here. That's going to be so unique for everyone. Thank you for your questions. Again, prayers to the ostriches, prayers to those farmers, and let's stay tuned on this. Let's stay in touch. Suzanne, welcome. Thank you for catching another show here. We are part of the 144,000 and meant to wake up. Oh, are we part of the 144,000? Meant to wake up and meet like this in this life to lift up the high vibration. I hope so. I feel it. I feel it. Oh, I do. I'm going to take these next two questions and then I'm going to share my good news because I feel like it'll raise the vibration. I got those good vibrations. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't sing. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Gigi Bean says, I'm 144,001. I love it. Something flew out. Something flew out. Yes, this may be a longer, slower journey than many of us are hoping for. And yet, let's see what we need to know about that. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, for one, I feel like with this judgment card coming up, look at just being called to it, the wake up call, shall we say. So I believe that that's true. And it is it's so much of this lifting the vibration means that we're lifting things up from the depths of needing to exist in the low vibration, needing to feel what it feels like to walk through the thick soupiness of all of that. And so, yes, I believe that we are meant to lift up into these high vibrations. And in doing that, we're really seeing what we're working with. And I feel also in this mastering, this being is very much a master of the tangible, the what we can resource, what we can hold on to. So there's definitely something here where we're also working with the land. We're mastering this frequency of the land and the earth and how to cultivate ourselves as these really highly attuned 3D beings. Again, with this coming forth, look at the major arcana that are popping up on this one. Oh, look at that. I just love it. Okay, Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. We're going to see, I feel a lot of opportunity for us to examine ancient wisdom, ancient teachings, and to choose our path, our path of divinity, our path of raising this consciousness. And we're going to be given gifts and opportunities, literally just like handed these opportunities, seemingly almost out of nowhere, for us to step into that. And I feel like we're well on the way there already. Yes. Raise your own energy and help everyone's vibration. Exactly. Much of our discomfort comes from the periodic remembering of our divine presence. Okay, yes. There's something with the Mayan calendar and 144,000. That's not referring to no people or souls. It's bigger, but can't remember what it was. I think it may be about cycles. Okay. Now, 12 tribes. Okay. So this is a choices card here. And it's kind of like we're really being invited. We're really being invited right now. And you can see we've got the apple tree in the back here and the serpent, right? We're being invited a bit into the earthly temptations, the realm of the earthly temptations right now. I mean, throughout history, let's be real. And we're actually being offered the chance to choose the fulfillment of the high vibration of ourselves, the fulfillment of meeting ourselves in this place first and raising our vibrations first. And then that raises the collective. So we're going to be having opportunities coming from many, many ancient teachings. I don't think that it's just one, because you were speaking to the Mayan calendar and the 12 tribes there. I don't feel that it's just one. I feel like we're going to have multiple, just as we have, right? This is not new. However, this consciousness that we're stepping into is new. This is a time unlike any other. And we're getting to choose to come into ourselves rather than reaching out for that frequency. They're reaching out for that to be met. This meeting and this vibration is going to start within, particularly, as I always say, with our connection to the land, with our connection to earth. And so there is something that is also 3D in that. Did Miss Kirk increase the good vibrations of the world by forgiving her husband's murder? Oh. It is the highest form of forgiveness to forgive something like that, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Perfect. Let's move into this next one. Are similar types of karma for similar reasons? My example is outliving my younger son who died by suicide. Thank you, early morning. My heart goes out to you for the loss of your son. My heart goes out to you for the loss of your son. And are similar types of karma for similar reasons. I'm just going to take a moment. I invite you all to tune in with early morn with me and to tune into the similar types of karma and essentially shared karma, right? Okay. Two sevens. Okay. Is that why I feel okay? Yeah. Just keep on. Digi being. We're in negotiation with ourselves for how all of this unfolds. Yes, we are. Is that why I feel like I'm arguing with myself so much of the time? Early morn, this is a common one for many of us. Certainly, if we're not arguing with ourselves or questioning ourselves in some way or demanding something of ourselves. Lastly, here I see also that 144,000 is a godly frequency. Interesting. Okay. So in answer to your question, early morn, I mean, every parent who outlives a child, did they mistreat the child in the previous lifetime? Thank you for that clarification on that. I feel like here there is the possibility that, you know, it's interesting when we think about relationships. The relationship is between three. It is between you, the other, and God or spirit, right? And you certainly had this, I would say, spirit connection going on where you were meant to come together in this lifetime and create something together that neither of you, whether it was energetic or even between, I mean, do you have any more children early morn? I wonder, because we've got a 3 here. So there's something that was important about 3 beings coming together. And now that exiting of your son was something that was actually quite a spiritual choice. This is the card of valor here. And it has left you with clearly some deep heartbreak, understandably so. And yet, there's something here that may be karmically clearing for you. So, are similar types of karma for similar reasons. It's possible. I mean, it's a very karma here is a very spiritual thing. We have 2 sevens for here, right? So it is a blessing because 7s are lucky and they are also a spiritual number. So this would be your similarity, like the nod to similarities here. So I'd say that in this case, that there is potentially a similar type of karmic line that you're carrying. And it feels like something cleared when your son left. And what's left here is the energy that you get to carry. There's something that gets to be fulfilled and completed in this lifetime because of this exiting, and that was a karmic choice. And last one here, we have another 7, 3 sevens. So this was, I see a third 7 on the Queen's face. Oh, beautiful. Well seen. Well seen. Yeah. Yes, one. Okay, so you have one other son. Okay. Yeah. So there's the 3 there, right? So there was something that was like the 3 of you had an experience to come in together, and that these now you have 3 sevens here. So this is a spiritual lifetime for all of you. And I feel like each one of you came in with a different each one of you came in with a different path. And I feel like the one that exited came in with the path of almost walking between the worlds here. He has his foot on both sides of the divide. And so there was something where he felt really like he was holding ground for a lot of his life, and that was a karmic path that was being cleared for him. I feel like there's also your other son here is working in the more material realm in this lifetime, and then you are the strategizer. You are the sort of someone that sees more of the big picture and is meant to really be like strategizing through wrapping up this karmic trinity that the 3 of you have in this lifetime. Wow. Who knows what's going to come through? Yeah. He always seemed out of step with his generation. Yes. Well, thank you so much for supporting each other. And I hope that somewhat answers your question there. This is a great time for me to pause because, oh my gosh, we only have a certain amount of time left. You're so welcome, early morn. Yeah. Big gratitude to you and big hugs. Big hugs. Okay. So I'm ready to share this good news story. Now I'm going to preface it and I'm going to say this is a bit of a longer video because I feel like, so this is a clip from Antiques Roadshow that my mom stumbled upon. She's like, I have to show you this. And I was like, I have to show the community this because it just warmed my heart. So it does speak to war in the beginning, and I just encourage us to all stay open-minded until the end of the clip because it just warms the cockles of my heart. So tune into this one with me, and I'm gonna go full screen. Not gonna go like this. I'm going to start that one right here. I got to share it. Thank you for bearing with me. Share this instead. I got it. There we go. Now I can play it.
Our military experts see hundreds of medals awarded to troops, and very occasionally to the animals that assisted them in war. During World War I, more than 16 million animals were put into service, from horses to dogs. But it wasn't until the Second World War that their service would be properly recognized. When in 1943, the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals inaugurated a medal to honor animal bravery.
So when you came to my table this morning, you opened the bag and you told me what was inside, and I said, no, stop. Now we're just going to try and film this one because this is so fantastic. And here we are. The Dickey Medal from the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. This one was awarded to a pigeon called
Mary.
Mary. Now, what was Mary's job?
Well, originally she was a racing pigeon, but then she was, along with her other pigeons from Grandad's loft, she was put into the pigeon service, and she was airlifted and dropped in behind enemy lines in France.
These pigeons were dropped into France for the French resistance to send back messages to the UK about secret things that they'd found out to stop the Germans.
That's right, yeah.
That, therefore, means that this, bless her, is the James Bond of the pigeon world.
I hadn't thought of her like that.
No. And they went with these little things here strapped on their legs.
Yeah.
Bigger ones with larger messages in strapped to the back of them.
Yep.
And told me what that
It's
is.
a little first aid kit that often went with them.
A first aid kit on the pigeon.
On the pigeon, yeah.
How many times did Mary go?
Oh, she went lots of times, but the 3 main times that she got the medal for. First time in 1942, she came back and she'd been hawked because the Germans sent up hawks to kill the pigeons so that they couldn't get back. She got back that time and needed umpteen stitches, which Grandad, being a bootmaker, was able to do himself. And then she went out again. Another time she came back and she'd been shot under her wing. More stitches, off she went again. Her last trip, she was sent off and she was 10 days overdue and they didn't know where she was. And she was found by a farmer in his field and got her back to Grandad. She was very seriously injured, touch and go whether she'd survive. Grandad made a little leather collar to keep her neck up and she survived, but she was retired from war service after that. And she was given the medal.
The Dickey Medal. It genuinely is the Victoria Cross for animals.
Yeah.
It's the highest award for bravery that an animal can be given. On this, it says, for gallantry, we also serve. Magnificent. This is one.
Magnificent. Would you look at that? I mean, yeah, I understand that, right? The animals never asked to be a part of the human mass. Animals are so unconditionally loving. Yeah, absolutely. And yet, I do feel that this was kind of what my On the Wings of Karmic Resilience was all about today, because we all come in with contracts, right? And who knows what this animal, this pigeon's contract was in terms of like, were they meant to come in to be exactly that? Was this pigeon meant to come in to be this amazing bird who was so driven by this mission to continue spreading and sharing these messages? Yeah, absolutely not raining on the parade. I fully agree here. Yeah, and when they serve others, they may get an evolutionary upgrade, and that's it, right? And Mary retired with honors. It's just so like, and so all of these beings that came before us, that served in some way, that were potentially clearing karmic pathways. And it's possible that they don't need an upgrade in this life, and yet there is something about the wisdom of why these animals have come to share in this world with us in this way. Yeah. Understandable. So I would like to take a pause here and have a look at that. I'd like to have a look at what do we need to know about animals and what they have come here to share, like why they've come here to share in this experience with us. And have they come here to be involved with us karmically in this way? Thank you. I look forward to seeing your mom. That's lovely. So this brought up the curiosity for me, like, are we riding on the wings of these beings that created, that had so much resiliency? And I'm very, very curious about what sort of karmic ties we have with these animals that are here sharing this world with us. This is so much sweetness. I love seeing this. So I feel like in the past there has been some messiness. They've definitely, I feel like I think that animals actually came in to sort of almost be mirrors for us and show us a lot of what is not working, a lot of what's really in misstep in our world. And their sweetness, I mean, look at this the sweet Page of Wands, right? They come in with this innocence and this curiosity to them that just melts us. It melts our hearts, and they share in our heart energy. That's how we connect. And they are bringers of this light frequency, and bringers of this light frequency. And we're meant to be working together. We're meant to be and also unconditional love. They have come in to work with us in this way. And I feel like this pigeon was proud. I feel like this pigeon was proud to do this work. They're smart beings. I mean, the pigeon could have just taken off and been like, see you later. I know that there's a certain level of programming that happens with them, and yet they are so highly intelligent, so highly intelligent. Yeah. And we're having the work that we're doing together, that animals came to do with us. They're continuously showing us the way towards enjoying the little things in life. This is like a slow, steady, all the little victories. It's like they show us how to live in the moment and how to really, really celebrate our all of the little wins of the day, to stop and smell the roses, to live in the wild emerging moment always. And I don't know that they're like necessarily long-term strategists or anything like that. Like, you don't see anything like that here. So they're really coming in to teach us how to embrace the beauty of the moment, to bask in the rays of the light. And they're here to work with us. Yeah. Interesting. I lived outdoors for almost 8 years and found wildlife are driven by the search for food and feeding their young. Animals will do what they want. If pigeon wanted out, the pigeon would have pieced out. Exactly. I mean, and who's to say, right? The pigeon may have had a contract with this older gentleman. They may have been brothers in a past life or something like that. We just don't know. And yet we can offer a lot of humble gratitude to something as simple and yet powerful as a pigeon. Mary, the pigeon named Mary. I was like, well, okay. that's one in itself, right? And names and our words, they have power. Yeah, they certainly do. All right. Oh, we're in our last few minutes here. I want to see if we have any more questions that I'm missing. Right. I wonder if Mary and other working animals have PTSD. I can't imagine that they don't. Although maybe they don't experience PTSD in the same way that we do. Saved a lot of animals. They've saved me too. They're healers and make me keep my energy high. Oh, right. Even the 2 mice babies I found the other day sleeping in my garbage bin. Okay, we did put the 2 mice, we did curl them up outside together under our beautiful apple tree in the back and made them a nice altar. So although we did end up having to kill them, we certainly gave them a beautiful resting place with so much love. All right, I'm not seeing any more questions today. Just let me make sure. Wonderful to chat with all of you. Oh, I'm glad I feel better about the pigeon now. Okay, good. A hummingbird visited today. Wonderful. I was just thinking about you. Hello, Melissa. You pulled on my spa neuter program last week, and I just wanted to thank you again and let you know that my charity got a $1,000 grant. Oh, celebrate you. I literally was just telling my neighbor about your program this morning. I was like, oh, I have, I'm on the show and somebody was telling me about their program. Congratulations. Congratulations, Melissa, from the community. We are celebrating you for doing this good work. And please continue to keep us posted on your successes. Send in pictures when everything is up and running. And thank you for doing the good work with the animals. That was such a beautiful addition. What an incredible way to wrap up here. And as a final reminder, I'm going to share my screen again and do this. Get your fall soap bundle and use the code BM10 to receive 10% off. Shop now at floralanefarm.ca. And also a reminder to go ahead and tune in. So it's just me here on Tuesday still. And the next show coming up Thursday at 8 p.m. Janine is back, and Janine and John Claude will be on the Beyond the News. I look forward to tuning in with that. I bet you there is so much to talk about. So much to talk about on that. So I look forward to tuning in with that show. And thank you again for tuning in with me every Tuesday, bringing your questions and for chatting with me a little bit about karmic resilience today. And love and gratitude to everyone. Love and gratitude to Mary the pigeon for her service. What an inspiring tale. Until next time, everyone, have a beautiful week. See you next